passion will get you moving, but strategy makes sure you're not just spinning your wheels.
Educate, empower, enable, impact. Thank you for tuning in to That Will Never Work, an award-winning podcast where we share inspiring information and personal experiences related to business and the entrepreneurial journey from those who are leaders in their respective field. Now, here's your host, author and business coach, Maurice.
I thank you very much for tuning in today. And so, a lot of times, as coaches, as entrepreneurs, as business owners, as directors and VPs and whatever position we might be in, we may have a passion for that particular space. And a lot of times, that is what allows us to get out of bed, to be honest. And because we love what we do. We love the opportunities that it provides, both for us and for someone else. So I'll give you an example. I have a client who has a nonprofit, and they really enjoy reaching out and touching the kids. It's a community-based organization. They love it. They enjoy it, right? They enjoy seeing the kids' faces and how they help out the community at large. But what ended up happening is that as they were moving along and trying to make a difference, and they didn't understand why people were not buying all the way into their product, why people were not consistent and helping them market and word of mouth and things like that. And so when you try to sit down and have a conversation with this individual, individuals, because they were individualized, because it was a group of people, mind you, that started that was in this nonprofit. And I'm saying individuals because everyone had their own agenda to a degree. Everybody had the single agenda of, hey, let's help the kids, right? Let's make a difference with the kids. Let's save the kids. And their passion was there. But there was something that they were missing. So if you were to ask each and every one of them, what was the mission of the organization, everyone had something different. So one of the things that I speak about, which is understanding your why, which is understanding your, mission and your vision, right? So how do you get back on track with that to ensure that that information is disseminated with both your internal and your external customers? And sometimes we're so passionate about, like, hey, it's going to work itself out. Like, we're going to do what we need to do. Yeah, but the question is, how sustainable is that? How sustainable is it? So you have this passion to help out children in your community. You see what their needs are. You see what some of their wants are, so you can help them out. And after school snacks, maybe even a light dinner, right? A Saturday morning program that gives them breakfast, right? Because some people are struggling with that. But here's the major question, though. What is the strategy that you're putting in place to allow this objective, this desired outcome purpose? What is the strategy that gives you direction to finish well? See, I think one of the things that we lose track of is that, yes, you can have the passion, but you need the strategy, because one without the other can lead to burnout or you going in circles. So I know someone that started a company, and they were not able to put the full picture together. And so if someone were to ask them, hey, what's going on? What are you doing? How have you accomplished this or whatever else? They were not able to explain it. And a lot of times people are speaking in circles, right? And never giving the direct information, because some people don't know. They just don't know. And if you don't have a true strategy and you're going in circles, can cause the burnout. And now all of a sudden, does it feel like your passion or your desired outcome, does it now feel like a job and not something that you love and you enjoy, and that you feel like your vision can come to a reality? We lose the enjoyment sometimes because we are burnt out, because we are going in circles. I know people say things are cyclical, right? But if we go based upon a strategy, because in all reality, even if you have a strategy, it's still cyclical. Maurice, what do you mean by that? If you have what your objective is, I'm just going to give a blanket idea. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, but it's a blanket idea. What is your desired outcome? Right? What are your, and so what are your steps 1 through 5 to get to that desired outcome? Social media posting, door-to-door flyer handouts, contacting this organization about donating food for the kids, inviting the kids, making sure that someone is there to open up the door, bring in the kids, get the workers to help serve the kids. Now, here's a part where it becomes cyclical, which is called the feedback loop. Now you have the feedback, and now in that feedback, you can start all over again. And now you can readjust your outcome and start the strategy all over again. But you have a strategy, and you're not just free-willing everything. And now other people can buy into it because they can see it, whether it's documented on the wall, in an email, a Post-it note, it doesn't matter. Now people can actually see it. So the one thing that I want you to understand why all this matters, right, is that because when you combine what you love to do with a clear plan, combining what you love with a clear plan, you can create momentum that is both sustainable and purposeful. That's what we need to keep in mind, is that we can create the momentum that's sustainable and purposeful as long as we have a clear and concise plan that is really fueled by the passion. Thank you very much for listening today.
Thanks for listening. Follow Maurice Chisholm on social media to stay connected and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, that will never work. Or will it?